Hello and welcome. This is the Angel Rated Show. I'm Angela Bryant, and with me today I have Simona D'Isanto, who is here to share her review of The Copy Cure by Marie Forleo. So, for anyone who doesn't know, The Copy Cure is an online course, according to Marie Forleo, that's designed to get you writing more powerfully and persuasively in your voice fast, and that it's got everything you need to know to write words that open hearts and wallets, guaranteed. So this is what it says on the sales page. So as I've said, the person taking us through their experience with the Copy Cure today is Simona D'Isanto. So Simona is a specialist in brief psychotherapies, accredited with different international associations. She's a counsellor, sophrologist, coach, and an expert in highly sensitive people. So hello, Simona, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for being here.
No, it's great to have you here. Let's jump straight in. So why don't you start by telling us why you decided to take the Copy Cure in the first place?
Uh, okay, I did it not for all the other not for all the other reason I use normally for enroll for other courses, because actually I changed my career and I found that I needed to learn so many other things, and therefore I start to jump on different courses. And then I saw this course that was a kind of mix, let's say, between what I wanted to learn in the sense of get connect to people through writing, but also improve my writing itself, in the sense I love to write on my side about my stories and whatever, and it has nothing to do with my work. It's really a passion and a hobby. So I just thought that could have helped me more on that side, because when you are writing for a story, let's say, what I found particularly important is to try to give an emotion, and for me it was what really makes me decide to try.
That sounds good. Sounds like you were very clear about what you were hoping to get out of it then.
I well, actually, I think is one of the most important thing when we decide to invest in a course. I mean, if we are not sure about what we really would like to get, can we really, how can I say, be sure that what we are reading is aligned, and therefore we are taking really the right decision for us.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Sorry, my phone just decided to ring just then, exactly at the wrong point, as always. Anyway, so why don't you tell us what you loved about it to start with? So what worked in the copy?
Okay, for me, what I found, well, it might sound weird, but as I'm highly sensitive person, I also uh, I'm attracted also from the aesthetic of things. And what the first thing I thought when I jump on it, it was, wow, respect to other courses is so nice. Just only to the design, the really the aesthetic, the colors, the way it's curate, even the videos. Well, she is always perfect. I mean, even in all her videos on Instagram, YouTube, or whatever. But it's the wall pictures that really gives you, how can I say, not only the good vibe that she has normally when she speaks, but also the fact that you are in a kind of environment, even if it's through internet, even if it's just only through the screen, it gives you the idea that, I feel good here. At least this is what I feel.
Yeah, so it makes you
So
feel
this was the first basic thing. Then what I really appreciate is the structure is simple. You just get the first module, you just get the 4 module. Um, they are really simple, in the sense you really understand what you're going to get. Every module is divided in different videos, and so sub-modules. And so it has really a way to guide you through all this. And then above this, there are exercise. Therefore, you keep going, working step by step. There are 2 lives, at least I think now there are 2 lives coaching session, so you can make your question. And then there are really different good webinar associated with this that are live. And as far as I see, every time they change, because now, for example, I have different recording of different new webinar that they have done. Some I still have to watch it.
So
Yeah.
you've been in it, did you? I think you said to me earlier that you'd been in it about 18 months. So you've been through a couple of launches of it and you've seen the different web.
Yes, I think I've been already through 3 launches. Yes, I think like this, probably. Yeah,
And has
yeah.
the material been updated in that time?
It's always updated. And another thing that I appreciate is that you do not get continuously, the automatic mail saying we are launching the new. You can decide what to do. You can decide if you want to be informed when there is the launch and therefore restart again in line with what they are doing, or just, let's say, disconnect, but then go by yourself to check what are the new things, what are the new um, dates, even about the videos of the modules. Yeah.
And one of the things you wrote in your review was that you really liked the fact it was available in different languages.
No, okay. Maybe I've been not clear. Is in the sense that what you learn, for example, one of the things I thought before enroll, it was okay, but it means that I need to make all this in English that is not my first language. And therefore I was wondering if I really could reuse it in my own language. And instead I see that we were quite a lot of people from around the world with English that is not our main language. And I found that everything was explained. I could really apply it for my language, but also for, I don't know, the French language or whatever. How can I say? It's more related to how to write more than which word choose, in the sense of really small details connected to the language. I don't know if I've been clear on this.
Yeah, so it's not that it's in multiple.
It's to say if someone is from another country and is not mother language is not English mother language, it is going to work out anyway. I found it really good. Yeah.
So let's move on to some of the more negative side of things. So what about it? Was there anything that wasn't great, things that were missing, things that you thought could be improved?
Okay. Respect to other courses that I follow, what I miss is the fact that it's true you have access forever, but even when you start the program, I think it runs for 6 weeks or something like this. I don't remember anymore. And you have those lives with them, this kind of live coaching session, group coaching session with them. But it's not something that you have, let's say, every week, that in some way makes you accountable. But at the same time, you know that whenever you jump there during, let's say, the year, you might jump on a call and eventually try to get your answer about a question that you might have had. And this is something that, for example, I enjoy in other online courses, and is also something that I want to try to give to my clients, for example. I found that it's really useful to know that you have something live regularly where you can come back together with the access to the program.
So the only time you're getting your questions answered, you're saying, is during the live portion of the course, but you would like to have had more ongoing opportunities to get asked questions? I
have never thought actually to eventually write question by email. There is an email where you can contact them. I think it's just because I'm used to have live session with other courses, and I didn't thought about this. It's interesting. Thank you. I should try. But yes, so what I could suggest, let's say, because I do not think is fundamental, it's a choice, just a choice. But me as client, I would have appreciated to have also that support but then it means also to have an higher price.
So while you've mentioned price, do you
Yes.
think do you think it's worth what you paid for it? Is it good value for money?
At that time, yes. Today, I just see what is the plan for the next enrollment, and you told me that has increased, but as far as I understood from the amount that you told me, I would say that is absolutely in line uh, with other requests in other courses. So I personally think it could be really interesting as price, considering that anyway, there are something like 8 webinars, and normally are webinars of 1 hour and a half or even 2 hours sometimes. So it's a lot. Yeah.
So that's currently $1,500 in the
Yeah.
current enrollment, but it was
Okay. So even
less
dollars. Yeah.
than
No. I think the price it's really good.
yeah, okie doke. So what about the course content? Did that cover what you were expecting, given you went in for with quite clear expectations?
Well, actually, yes, because as I was looking to work more on how to express, let's say, how to give some kind of emotion. Yes, because actually she really speak about this, and then it's true that in my job also, my the way I can help my clients is also to try to find always the right word, that word that makes you just kind of, I mean, that is like a spark that might just let the person think, ah, yes, is that. Um, so it's, yeah, I think it really gives me a different perspective in different things regarding the power of the wording.
And did you get through all the materials?
Sorry?
Did you get through the whole course? Did you finish everything that was on offer?
At that time, yes. So we are speaking almost about 2 years ago. And then sometimes I might come back on some videos, but um, I'm super busy with other things. So that unfortunately is something that I have to leave on one side
But
for the
when you
moment.
first went through it, you watched everything and you completed everything in the course.
I didn't watch the latest, for example, webinar of the previous enrollment because I didn't have time, and I have access to that even if I didn't participate. So, and I saw today I just jumped in and I saw that they look really interesting. So I will have to find the time for that because for sure there are interesting things. And
Yeah.
every time I see are different, and that I also find that is interesting.
Every time you see what, sorry?
Are different those
Webinars.
live webinars, the also the people that talks are
So these are guest presenters, are they, rather than Marie Forleo
a
herself?
different guest every time. Yeah, I
So they
lost you
cover
for a few
different topics.
seconds. I don't know if you heard me. Yes, exactly. So different guests, different people that explain different subjects. So it's something that is growing up in during the time also.
So they're all available in there. So there's more of those webinars available all the time.
For me, that I enrolled some times ago, I see that now I have quite a lot of stuff still to watch that are from the
Wow.
previous one. Yeah.
So who do you think it'd be perfect for? Who do you think is sort of would get the most benefit from it?
Well, for sure, I think all the people that needs to write down sales pages, even if I do not think I still learn how to write a sale page. There I have some personal blogs because it's something like I have to sell. But I really think there are things that are important for people that are maybe used to write in a certain way, in a certain form, in particular when you are coming maybe from another career and where you were used to talk in a certain way. No, there you need from scratch, you need to learn that actually you need to talk to the person in a completely different way. And I think that that is really well explained. Yeah.
So I guess
So I think that all the VA, the copywriters, probably also the coaches and all the professional that wants to create some material in the different socials, because I mean, in the social you do not speak to people like you are speaking to the queen. It's really like you are speaking to your friend.
yeah. So who wouldn't get anything out of it? Who's it not good for?
For me, someone that is already a super professional writer, I would say. I mean, but this is my opinion, and I'm not a professional writer, but I think that for them might be. Well, then it depends. It's true that it depends. If he's a professional writer, but it's used maybe only to write several things in a certain way, might be useful to know that actually on socials or in selling situation, you have to speak with a different language. So I think it depends really from the background of the person.
And what impact has it had on your business? What's changed since you took it? I mean, I guess the big question is, has your writing improved?
Yeah, no, it's only because I'm one of those person that do so many things at the same time. Therefore, it's really difficult for me to say what might have influence more. I'm sure that in my practice, it has influence in a certain way of get connect to people, or anyway also underline me that is useful for me to use my ability to get empathy with the person that I have in front of me. It was more reassuring, probably in different ways, at least for my practice. And then I think that anyway, the fact that you get enrolled in a course, you push yourself in some way also to do some kind of, let's call it exercise. Therefore, I remember that at the beginning, writing a post was really take me a full day. Sometimes just thinking, oh, what I should write, what I should not write. And now it's becoming something like just only, okay, I'm giving my thought about something without really considering just to be of help and service to the person, and just try to relate from an emotional point of view. Sometimes I think I can make it, sometimes I still cannot make it. I'm quite sure of it. But for sure, I have a different way of thinking about that.
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like that's definitely, I mean, I think you said to me earlier that you've got quite an engineering background. So I think having that
Yeah,
quite a
that's
rigorous scientific way of thinking about things, to have the sort of training that would then teach you to think about something, yeah, in a more emotional way, would have quite an impact for you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
to wrap
And
up,
also the fact that anyway, well, in the way I grow up and in the way I am, I'm if I have to write something, I just write the basic, what I need to say, okay, no sugar around. And there, actually, there are different ways she explained different things about how to compose the sentences, but it's not in the sense add sugar everywhere. It's just more like what words you can use, and therefore be more, it can be right also to just be direct, but choosing what really connect.
so just to wrap up, but give us your sort of two sentences about what you want people to know about the Copy Cure.
I think it's a good course if a person needs to improve um, how to write, how to connect with probably their clients, because anyway it's done with the idea of helping you to um, to get to know and to get connect with the people with whom you would like to make business. I think it's a good course. Yeah.
Fab. So, before we wrap up, a couple of other things. I just want to ask you a quick fire. Tell us about one other product or program or person that you've loved and would rate really highly. Just give us a who it is or what it is.
I'm actually enjoying a lot Design to Scale of Coraline Alzinut, and is her way to explain you how to scale your business through internet and using Kajabi. So really you're using a specific platform. And I really appreciate the fact that she is someone that really feels people. You can see how much she's caring. And at the same time, you can have that famous support every time. I mean, you have a question, you write on your Facebook group or you write directly, you contact and you get your answer done in few hours. And when you are trying to create a digital course like me, all alone in front of my computer, sometimes I can find myself stuck with really technical things. And it's really useful not only to follow a course where you have your modules with all the explanation how to do things, but at the same time to have someone that is there and that has always the right way to explain you things. And that is also something really that I appreciate, because she can really explain you the things in a direct way and also with the right mindset. Because sometimes when you are facing difficult technical issues, the only thing you want to do is just throw out your computer from the windows and just think, okay, I don't want to do anymore anything. And instead, she might really find a way to just light you up. And at the same time, for anything that might be related to the business, to working alone, because the most of the people that are in the program are like me, creating product, but they do not have a company with, I don't know, 50 people or these kind of things. So we are all quite connected on this.
It's great to hear
a nice community.
Yeah, I'll make sure. Design to Scale. I will make sure I get that added, rated, and get a review of that.
Then another one that I think it's really good is the one of Sanni Lenarduzzi about YouTube, and the title is Authority Accelerator, and also the small one, YouTube for Bosses. And I'm there since already, I think, 2 or 3 years. And there also you have the continuous support, you see, and I think that makes a difference on the long term, because anyway, our courses that you use regularly, at least I think is that probably what is important is, are you thinking that the subject is something that you are using regularly? Then maybe you might need also the support. I don't know actually if it's true that maybe for the one of Marie, you really keep going to come back so much regular. I don't know if I see myself, no, but it's true that I do not have so much time also for that.
Fair enough. So Authority Accelerator, we'll note that one down as well. I was going to ask you, what's the opposite of that? Is there anything you've bought, a course or a tool or a person that you've worked with that you haven't got on well with, or that you wouldn't recommend?
Few of them, and I would say the worst were from France, so I don't think it's even useful to give names. But I mean, I realized with the time that I really spent my money and I got nothing. So, but I think in that way, you learn also, when before you were saying, it seems like you know what you want. Yes, but you learn.
You learn what's going to work well for you and avoid the ones that aren't going to work.
Yeah.
Fab. Well, thank you ever so much, Simona. I mean,
thanks.
This has been useful for people listening and watching, and we'll, make sure it gets spread out more broadly. Do you want to wrap up by just telling people a bit about your business, where they can find you, and what you're working on?
Well, you can find me on LinkedIn. That I think is where probably I'm live, maybe. Then on YouTube, it's a really recent channel that I opened, really with the idea to try to start to give more free content, because it's true that I work one-on-one with clients, but now I'm starting to have a certain range of price, and I know I cannot help so many people. So the idea of the channel is already to try to give some stuff and be useful, and then with the idea of this one-to-one program that I created some years ago, that really helps people that are overthinker, professional overthinker, overwhelmed regularly with some kind of frustration, some difficulties in saying no. Anyway, I would say for highly sensitive people, because many of them are highly sensitive people. And I help them normally to find their way to handle these kind of things to a way that they become clear in their minds. So what they want, what they need, what are their limits, how to set their limits, how to say no without feeling guilty, all these kinds of things that at the end of the day can make your life completely different. And from all this experience, now it's finally born my program that is V21. Sorry, V2.1, because it's version 2.1 that is coming from my engineering side. So it's like upgrade to your next level, because when you upgrade a program, a software, normally the software has some kind of numbers that are growing. So V2.1, create the life that you want, because the idea is through 8 modules to help people to go through all the difficulties, to manage their emotion, to manage their thought, to manage their inner critics, the perfectionism, and other things like this, and finally be clear on how to use their time, how to enjoy their life, how to know really what they want. And when finding they know what they want, and in particular if they are highly sensitive people, finally they know how to use their sensitivity as a superpower. At that point they know what they want to create in their life, and normally they are enough confident to jump and make the next steps. And the idea is to not let them lose time like I did. I did for it took me many years to take my decisions, let's say like this. So now it's a digital program where myself I give live weekly call, where the idea is really to do therapeutic session in groups and be step by step together with them through the modules and with a lifetime access.
Amazing. Sounds good. And that's all on version21.com.
Yes, exactly.
So
and version is the Italian word, so with an E at the end of version.
21.com. Okie doke. Fab. Well, thank you ever so much for joining me. I will wrap up there.
I hope it's useful for someone.
Yes, well, let's hope so. And I'm going to be doing more of these, so hopefully we'll get lots of different courses, lots of different coaches, lots of different tools and platforms.
This kind of
get spoken reviews so people can sort of get to know a bit more about it. And obviously the Copy Cure is over on Angel Rated, so if you want to read more reviews of the Copy Cure or more reviews of anything else, then you can head on over to Angel Rated to do that. That's at angelrated.com.